Okay, hi guys, this is Brogames, and today I'm going to talk about this new game on Steam called Unturned by Nelson Sexton, who is a Canadian 16-year-old, now 17-year-old boy who published this game. So this game was published in July 7th, 2014, so recently this summer, and it's a combination between DayZ and Minecraft, and I would call it a really highly addictive game, because you find weapons pretty easily, you find resources easily, and that's probably the most important thing. Right now, at this moment, I was playing in the single player mode, which is one of the two options. So there is the single player option and the multiplayer option. So I just found a gun in the game, and well, the guns are pretty effective while the fists are not that effective. So if you actually find like a backpack or hat, you don't just drag it onto the character like you would in DayZ. No, you actually equip it into your hands, and when you equip it, you just press your left mouse button and it just pulls it over immediately, which then you can see in your character. There is an opportunity to switch between first and third person, which I didn't try out yet, but it worked. I later tried it out and it worked pretty fine. So first and third person is actually available in this game. So now I was just trying to test out the gun, like what range it has, and the gun has a pretty good range. I mean, it takes 2 headshots to take out a zombie, and about several more headshots. It takes 4 headshots to kill a human, so a player. As you just saw, as I fell down, I didn't lose any health, but I did get a bone crack, which you can see in the bottom left. It shows a bone which got crossed out, which shows that my bone actually cracked. It doesn't have a major effect on me, it's just showing the realism. So the game, like I said, is a combination between Minecraft, which is just the graphics mostly, and the game style is rather DayZ. So if you die, the screen gets more gray, you find weapon, and it's a apocalyptic game mode. It's also a sandbox game where it's emerging multiplayer apocalypse rather than a massive multiplayer game, because it provides an easier gaming system for people to play with. So if you actually want to play online for this game, you can't just have a row of servers you have to join. No, you actually have to go online. I'm gonna post a link in the bottom in the description below. You have to join this number of servers which have a specific IP address, which you actually have to enter into the connection, which I'll show you later. So this game, the shows actually the zombies are pretty strong compared to DayZ. Yeah, pretty stronger than compared to DayZ, because it takes 10 hits, which doesn't sound a lot, but the problem is that the zombies do hit you pretty fast and have a major speed. They don't have a major speed limit, so they are almost as quick as you if you try to run away. So you actually have 5 bars and below, which one shows the health, which is major obvious, which is the which you lose if you get shot, hit, or anything by a zombie. So the second one is actually food and drinks, which isn't too bad, so you won't need that too much unless you play like a really long time, like over an hour or so. And the third one is actually if you get infected by a virus, which happens if you get hit by a zombie. You always lose, you always gain some of this infection. If you also obviously get too much infected, you also die. So it's also kind of took some aspects of Infestation, which is another post-apocalyptic game, zombie game. The last bar on the bottom right side is actually an energy bar, which is how long you can sprint, jump, all these normal things, which isn't in DayZ as well. It's also that was also taken from Infestation. So this game is actually a 3-time triangle, Illuminati, 3-time triangle of and made into one game of Minecraft, Infestation, and DayZ. Majorly, it also took some aspects of several other games, which I'm not gonna get into deeper now. So I've played this game for about an hour, and I switched off between multiplayer and single player after I actually figured out how to join the multiplayer. Like I said, I just had to get a specific IP address, and without problem I joined the server and played. So the zombies are often coming. I'm gonna get later back deeper into this specific multiplayer thing when I'll show you some clips out of the multiplayer. So I'm just gonna skin the surface of this. So the zombies, as you just saw, are pretty OP. So unless you have a either a firearm or a sidearm, like a machete, fire axe, baseball bat, you shouldn't really get into combat with zombies, cause it takes you about roughly 10 to 15 hits to kill a zombie, and it doesn't like again, it doesn't sound that much, but it takes you quite a while to hit a zombie in the face and in the stomach. The face and stomach does make a difference, yet not such a big one, to be honest. Well, I don't feel like it makes such a big difference. So even if you die, it's not a big deal, cause the time you need to get to a city is always about 1 to 2 minutes. So it's not like DayZ where you walk 10 to 15 minutes to actually arrive at a city. So you actually just walk 5 minutes, find police, find a fire station. I didn't see a police station yet, and you just equip yourself a weapon. For an instant, I found a fire axe, which is one hit kill against the zombie's head, but only if you hit the zombie. So again, I found a hat, which I equip by putting onto my hand and then just clicking the left mouse button, and I've equipped the hat. Well, so other players will see you with that hat, and there until now not a specific hat or mask you can wear to look like a bandit like in DayZ. So I actually tested out the fire axe, and as you can see, it's pretty effective. It killed the zombie one hit, yet then I actually failed to hit the zombies in the face. And if you fail once, you just get surrounded, and then you just die. So to my major and the thing which I like mostly about this game, which I think is a great idea that the boy put this into the game, is that he put vehicles into this game, which is awesome. I would just love this effect. So you can drive cars. It has of course it has an amount of gas, which you can always fill up if you find a gas canister like I found earlier, and it has a speeding limit on specific roads, so it takes you longer. So you drive slower on sand, drive even slower on grass, and quickest you drive on the road. So zombies aren't the issue for you if you are on the car, so you can just run them over. The zombies make no damage as you drive in the car. Yet if you play online and a person hits you in the car, you do lose damage. Driving over a person in this game won't have an effect on them. You'll just drive through them, which has probably some good and bad sides. So yeah, the game is, like I said, on Steam, and it's for free. It's also early access, so it has updates coming to it, which I think is pretty good. Yet you have to bear in mind that this game is just made by a 16-year-old, so you shouldn't expect like the highest physics and graphics and all that stuff, just like Minecraft. It has several different firearms. It has machine guns. It has several different machine guns, then double rifles, shotguns, but most commonly the Colt pistol, which takes, like I said, 2 headshots. The double barrel shotgun instead takes actually 2 shots as well, which I think is quite not as good. So I was just continuing to drive and looking around farms, cause farms often have some resources which will help you to get along and find food and that stuff and weapons. So, but I also noticed that I ran out of fuel, so I had to get on foot and try to refuel my vehicle. Vehicles are common in this game, I would call that, yet they often break pretty easily, to be honest. I mean, as you saw in the beginning, if they're smoking, you shouldn't enter them, cause immediately after you enter them they start burning, and 10 to 15 seconds later they just explode, you die. Not good. So if you actually wanna get the surviving style, you should probably, what I did earlier, is that you enter a farm and that you look for resources, clear the village out. So this was a farm I entered earlier, and you can look for seeds, for example carrot seeds, corn seeds, potato seeds, which you can actually farm onto the farming ground, which takes about 2 to 3 nights to actually grow, which if you play online or single player, which is pretty good because you just can get the survival effect, which I don't have as much in DayZ. So I really think this game has some points which it's better at than in DayZ. For example, the vehicles with the gas canisters and the food seeds. Of course, there are food seeds in DayZ too. You can also plant food, but it's just too realistic, I feel like, in DayZ. So this game doesn't have too many weapons. Already doesn't have any sniper rifle. It does have a composite bow and arrow, which is cool. You can craft many things, which I haven't figured out completely yet. But you can craft, for example, doors, barricades. So you can actually build stuff to protect yourself. So I just found out that you can grow your own seeds. So I took a corn seed and I decided to actually stay at the village, stay at the farm for some time to just grow some food and just to survive. Yet always be prepared to have enough weapons, water and ammunition if you find this. So once you got a backpack, 2 bottles of water, a gun, civilian ammunition, you're pretty good equipped. I mean, you can get some barricade the doors, and get the rest too. So as already said, Nelson is actually also updating this game, so it gets about weekly and monthly new updates, which really make a difference in the game. So he gets new weapons into the game, new graphics design, that stuff. So he's actually really improving this game, showing that he really wants this game to be a hit. So this game is actually also becoming a hit on Steam and YouTube, because first of all, it's free. You can't get anything better than free, because you can try it and you got it. And it's actually one of the games which are free and which are fun. So that's probably two best things you can get. You got a free game, a game which is awesome. What do you want more? So like said, Nelson, I don't think is getting so much gain, like economic gain from this game, because it's for free, but he's probably getting some money from it as well. So this game is not only getting a major hit on Steam, it's also getting major hits on YouTube. That's why I'm doing it, because I think it was pretty interesting. But if you check on YouTube and Unturned, you find already hundreds of videos with 1,000 of clicks on it already, showing that this game is just getting popular. And I really believe that this game is gonna start to cost money at probably beginning of 2015. Probably Nelson's gonna make this game probably €5 cost, cause this game is probably just gonna explode in its downloading numbers, cause it just got what people want. It's addictive. It's just addictive. And so I played this game for 2 hours, and to be honest, I didn't get bored of it. The part which I started to quit actually was because the major thing it could edit right now are the multiplayer things. So you can't really talk, like you can talk in the game, but there's still some difficulties which I had yesterday. Also the writing and things are kind of weak in the game, to be honest. So, but that would actually be one of the only things I would change. The servers also kind of begin to lag due to it doesn't have that many servers. It just has about, I think it's 1,000 servers, maybe even more. But it just spreads over such a big region that the internet's always lagging, and then you have to log out and that stuff. So when I went into the online game, you don't start off with any stuff, but I found pretty quick a person who tried to kill me. I tried to talk sense into him, but either he didn't listen or my mic didn't work. I tested my mic later, then it was working, so either the game didn't give me the right decisions of how I should talk than else. So the blood was actually going everywhere, and if you get hit, like you just saw, you drop your stuff, which is good so that you don't just drop all your stuff when you die. So I think really this game is still still in development majorly for the online thing, because as you can see, the fighting is pretty difficult to do. Sometimes it just lags and then you die pretty quick. So he wasn't even looking my direction and he killed me. But it's not a big deal if you die. I mean, you spawn instantly, find a village, equip yourself, and you got it. So I found a door which you can place into a house, which I think is really cool. So as you could see, it was starting to lag, but you can actually not build your own house, but you can really build your own village. I mean, you can, as you can see, the door really gains me support. People just can't come in. Like, even if they come in, I can shoot them, even though the windows are broken. But you can buy barricades and that stuff, and it's really one of the most fun things I have, which is just this aspect of Minecraft, which why people bought Minecraft as well. So the next thing I found a fire, I found a splitting axe, I killed some zombies, but the problem is that without a firearm you're often pretty screwed, cause the zombies just come in too large numbers. I mean, there are often 7-8 zombies, and it's just literally impossible to take out all of them. As you could see, there are also little animals like deers around, which are pretty difficult to find. Not pretty difficult to kill, I mean, because they run always away. So as you could see, I was desperately trying to actually kill off those zombies, which I had no success at. I killed off 2 or 3, but I lost 60 health, which I decided to just run back to the city. But then I actually heard or saw a person, and I was looking around because I heard some gunshots, which aren't that loud, but you recognize them easily. So as you can see, there's a person in the back who has a machine gun. So I was trying to hide in my house, pretty scared. Yeah, of course, because I just had an axe. But I also de-equipped my axe, cause I didn't want to seem like a danger to him. So I thought I actually was safe in the house, but as you can see, in 3, 2, 1, the door broke. So I was kind of screwed, trapped in the house with some zombies. So I just hoped for the guy to kill the zombies and not me. And nicely, he killed the zombies. Yet most zombies, as you saw, ran past me, cause they mostly went for the gunshots. So that was good for me. Oh yeah, majorly this game, what should it edit is that you should be able to access your inventory and walk at the same time, because often it's a problem that you take too long to equip your stuff and then you die. So I was attacking this guy, just testing how long it takes you to kill a person, and as you can see, he's getting massive headshots, but it's just taking long to die. So then a second guy came in trying to fight me, and I had no trouble fighting him, cause with the left and right mouse button you actually have 2 hands to fight, and one of the hands makes more damage, which is of course more realistic and a pretty good idea, to be honest. So I killed that guy, as you can see, in several seconds, but after that guy died I heard some gunshots, and then it kind of went down for me as well. Like now, I got shot in the shoulder and I died. So that was this game, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.